Namaste and welcome to a great fall day at the Mike and Connor Homestead. Haven't done a video in a while, but Connor and I are back. Had a really good year. You can see in front of us we did a bunch of pumpkins. We got some little guys up here. Did really well with the pumpkins. Got a little of every color. Also got some summer squash. So Connor, you like the summer squash? Pretty good tasting?
Yeah.
We ended up probably getting maybe 100 of those. Carrots. You want to show them some of your carrots too, Connor?
Yeah.
We got some of the biggest carrots I've ever seen. They still taste good, which is ultimately my big thing, but they just grew a lot bigger than they were supposed to. So today, what Connor and I'd like to do, we want to show you how we clean the carrots at the end of the season. Connor did them this year and he had a really good technique, and he wants to share it with you, and I thought it was a really good idea as well. So we're going to do that today. Want to give you guys an update on the aquaponics. We planted some kale and beets for the winter. They're about a month in, so I want to show you those. Took out some of the tomatoes from the aquaponics. It was kind of done. So saw potatoes and onions in the ground. I took out all of the squash plants and corn today, as well as the watermelon. We ended up getting about 5 watermelon. They were really good. Didn't you think, Connor?
Mm-hmm.
We ate those right when we got them. Apologize for not filming it, but it was our first successful year, so that was good. We also got some eggplants. We were growing them in the greenhouse, so did really well with them. They're really tasty, and we're continuing to get them. It's always nice to have a greenhouse because you can prolong your season, and especially in a place like Reno where, you know, now it starts getting colder and, you know, you never know when it's going to freeze, so that's always really helpful. So without further ado, we're going to turn it to Connor. I'm going to grab the camera. We're going to show you guys how Connor cleans the carrots. So what you're going to need to do it is a 5-gallon bucket. For you put some water in it, and so then you don't waste the water, right, Connor? I'll let you take it from here.
So you put water in it, and then you dump all the carrots in, and then you just swish them around, and pick them, or take them out, put them back in, spin them, and then put them in the clean pile, and then yeah.
You want to show them the clean pile, Connor?
Mhm. So I cleaned all of these, and it took me about an hour, maybe 2. We got some carrots this year that have mutated together, like this one. And yeah, we got some pretty huge ones.
And why do they mutate? Do you remember?
No.
Well, it's the soil. So when you use a sandy soil, you end up getting longer, thinner carrots because they don't have to kind of grow around. They could really easily grow long. But we're using a different type of soil that's a little more clay-based. But I feel like the alternative is if you don't use sand-based soils, you end up getting more nutrients in the carrots. So these carrots are sweeter. They have a stronger scent. Remember the first thing you said about these, Connor, when we pulled them out of the ground was how good they smelled?
Mm-hmm.
You just get a stronger scent of carrot. So the ones you buy at the store always look perfect because they're grown in more of a sandy-based soil, which wouldn't have as many nutrients as kind of our more nutrient-based soil we're using. We use 50% topsoil, 50% manure compost blend. Really dark soil, and that's why I think we get the carrots that we get. Taste is really good, but you know, that's why I think the taste is there, is because there's so many more minerals and nutrients getting into the carrot. So next we're going to go take you over to the aquaponics here. Let's get in here and check it out. I've turned the system off just because it's so noisy. The koi fish, I lost about 3 or 4 of them. I kept getting those smaller goldfish caught in the filter. I didn't know they were dead and in the filter, so they kind of contaminated the water a few times. So I lost a few fish. again, unfortunately. These guys look like they're doing pretty well, though. Moving on up, this is my last 2 tomato plants. This one's the early girl, and this one's the heirloom variety. It's the Cherokee Purple, so they're still going. And then back here you can see this is kale on the left side, the little small salad base, and then over on the far end I've got beets. I've never done any root-based vegetables in the greenhouse grown in the lava rock, so we'll give you an update on how they turn out, but they're about a month in so far. So both plants like colder weathers, so I think I'll be okay, especially having them in the greenhouse. And then here are eggplants. I'm still getting eggplant, as you can see. There's a few left. It's still flowering, so kind of continuing to run with them. Eating a few as well. They were really tasty. And then let's take you, bless you, Connor. Let's take you over to the yard here. You can see the potatoes came back. They kind of died for the summer, and now it's cooler again and better, more optimum temperature for them, so they're coming back again. You can see our strawberries. Haven't got too many strawberries lately, but they're growing a lot, ready for next year. I think we'll have a really strong year for them next year. The flowers, we ripped off one of the sunflowers and we're eating it. I think that sunflowers taste better raw, not roasted or salted. Maybe that's just me, but I think that they have just a really good, more of a moisture-based taste because they're not roasted where all the moisture is taken out of them. Then you can see I've been feeding some of the summer squash that sat on the plant too long to the chickens because it just gets seedy and kind of gross to eat. But the chickens really like them, so we're feeding them some. All of this foliage that you see is the remnants of the summer squash, and we've got all the carrot tops here. You can see Spot, the rabbit, really likes those, so we're feeding those to him. So they're kind of getting some good nutrients out of this as well. I got a lot of the fall gold raspberry, so those did really good, and everything seems to be doing quite well. This cherry tree, the one with the brown leaves, I'm pretty sure it didn't die. I think it's just an earlier season plant, and it's just done for the year. So that's why it's already browned, but everything else seems to be doing really well for the season. Then moving over here, these are our corn husks. My wife is really into Halloween, so we're helping her out decorating, and we're gonna do some corn corn husks with the hay bales and the pumpkins, so probably do something up front with those. So with that, I want to say, as always, well, actually one last thing I'll kind of tell you guys about the beehive. You can see I've moved the beehive over to the corner for the winter, trying to keep some moisture off of it and kind of block the wind. The wind blows from east to west, and this is the west side of the house, so the wind blows over the top of the bees, and so they're really sheltered for the winter. When I moved them, I went in and looked. They still haven't populated the bottom box, but the top box is 100% populated, so not bad for the year. Chickens are still producing eggs. I think that they're going to stop here probably in November, so I'm enjoying them while the season's kind of coming to an end. So with that, everyone, I want to say, as always, mahalo for watching, and I will talk to you all soon.